An in-depth mechanic guide to make the Void Waste 2-star boss easier. At the start of the boss fight, it will instantly use its purple diamond wrath attack. Simply movement dodge this attack by pressing any movement direction key together with the dodge key. For the tank, at all times during the fight, you must hold aggro of the boss at melee range, as if not, the boss will continuously use its purple wrath attacks. Right after the purple wrath attack, the boss will use its purple line stacking mechanic. Your stacks will be shown above your name and the boss's stacks will be shown to the side of its name. If any player reaches 30 stacks, then they will instantly be wiped. If the boss reaches 30 stacks, the whole party will be wiped. There are 3 purple lines in total, and the boss generates its own stacks when a purple line is connected to it. Each extra connected line speeds up the rate at which the boss adds its stacks. Players need to block these purple lines from reaching the boss by standing in their pathway to the boss. This will cause you to gain the stacks instead. Players should group up in 2s, and if a player is at 10 stacks, your teammate should take over to block the purple line. Then once that teammate reaches 10 stacks, you want to switch back. Players gain stacks at a pretty slow rate, and you can even delay switching at 20 stacks if you wanted to. Once you are off the purple line, your stack number will gradually decrease again. The boss's stacks will gradually decrease if all 3 purple lines to the boss are being blocked. While blocking this stack mechanic, small yellow zones will appear in the boss room, causing continuous damage. Simply move off and away from these zones. To add to this, a red orb will appear above a random player's head. If the red orb is above your head, it means a large red zone will eventually spawn at your location, causing up to 2,200 continuous damage. To avoid the red damage zone, move to the edge of the map and try stay away from any team members, as it will also damage them. 4 seconds later, a red zone will appear in the location you were when the red orb icon disappears above your head. Once the red zone appears, you want to instantly sprint morph, as it will try to pull you in while doing 2,200 continuous damage. Using your mobility skill to get out of the area is another option. After a while, the boss will use its next mechanic, where one player, usually the tank, will be marked with an orange orb above their head. Here, the marked player needs to check the outer circle for 2 orange icons and move towards one of them so that the boss is facing its direction. As the tank, you want to move while still being in melee range of the boss, as once again, if not in melee range, the boss will continuously use its purple wrath attack. After a few seconds, the boss will eventually use its coned AoE attack. This attack has a long range to reach the edges of the boss room. This will take out the first orange icon, as you should have moved to an area where the boss is facing one of the outer orange icons. The cone spray attack has a wide range, so you don't have to be directly in line with the orange icon. Also, you want to guide the boss's cone attack to the second outer orange icon to destroy that one as well. If this is not done, then the boss will deal huge damage to other party members in the group for multiple player wipes. While the boss is using its coned AoE attack, all other players but the tank should be out of its coned range, as it deals big continuous damage. Here, simply stand on the opposite side of the tank or the orange orb marked player. Once this mechanic finishes, the boss will then use its purple circle attack, which can simply be stand still dodged. After this, move back into position to block its purple lines, and from here onwards, the boss will cycle through all mechanics mentioned once again. However, it will also add a 6-player gold orb mechanic, and instead of using its cone spray once, it will use it twice in a row. On top of this, instead of 1 player receiving the red orb, 2 players will receive it. For the gold orb mechanic, all players will get a gold orb above their heads. Here, players instantly want to sprint morph to the boss and then move around the boss to group in one area with the tank. Be sure to be right next to the boss, and you also may need to morph out of sprint morph if you still end up taking damage. For the back-to-back cone spray, all players should just move away from the tank, and for the marked orange player, be sure to guide the end of the second cone spray to any outer circle orange icons. Finally, for the 2 red orbs, if you've been chosen, be sure to look around you if the second red orb player is nearby, as you do not want to be in the same area as them.